Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya Ehud. I am Tanya Ehud, a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, it simply means that I've worn a lot of different hats in my life that have helped me develop a full range of strategies and actionable steps that have helped my clients make a strategic impact, both personally and professionally, to have better than what life has been giving them. This podcast is based on the life lessons from my premier book, Red Alert, Is He the One? The pocket guide defining the love of your life. On this podcast, I'm talking about personal growth and developing wealth, living your authentic life, giving you insight on personal healing and professional development as well. If you read my book, then you already know that I got married at 21. And after 11 years of marriage, I found myself having to go through a divorce and raise my two sons alone. To reset my life and survive my divorce, I took the time I needed to develop strategies and actionable steps that I've used to help others build a firmer foundation for themselves and those around them. And on this podcast, I'll be having real talk about those things, like relationships, giving more insight and a deeper discussion on marriage and divorce, talking about money so we can build a legacy moving forward. Because my goal on this podcast is to give you information that will support you, because I needed it at one time. And now that I have the opportunity and have decided to open up more of my soul to you guys, I'm going to give it to you as well. So I want you to join me on this journey. Give me a call on 240-532-2227. That's 240-532-2227. Leave your questions so that we can talk about them. Give me your insight so that we can move forward and have discussions that we'll both enjoy and learn and grow from as well. My goal for this podcast is that it be thoughtful and insightful for you, giving you some tools that you can use. I want you to take at least one thing away from every podcast to use in your life. And with that, today, I want to talk about honesty, because some of y'all have been lying. When I say that, I say some of you have been making decisions not to truly show up. You are not doing all that you know you can do. You are not being all that you know you can be. And how do I know that? Because I did it too. I know what it is like to hide your brilliance from the world. I have been hiding in plain sight for so long. When I finally decided to open my mouth, show something about what was already on the inside, people were looking at me and wondering, where'd you come from? When I'd been there all along. Because I didn't want to step on toes. I didn't want to burn bridges. But the thing I had to learn is that the people that was making me feel like I was stepping on their toes or expressing what truly needed to be said in that moment would burn a bridge, were the wrong people that I needed to be listening to. Because those people were not going to grow me, help me, or anyone else for that matter. All they were doing was looking to see your light. And they realized that your path was a path that they truly wanted to take as well. So in order for them to get ahead on their journey, they decided they needed to stop you on yours. Don't walk through the different elements of my past and not be who you were called to be. Don't allow yourself one more day to hide your brilliance, to hide your gifts, to hide who you are, because somebody's waiting for you. Somebody is waiting on the other side of that bridge, just looking for you to come and give them the insight that only you can bring, because some people will never hear what's needed from others. You are their answered prayer. And if you're looking for permission, well, here it is. Today, I'll give you permission to stand in your glory, to stand in your brilliance, to operate in excellence. Because it broke my heart the day that a lady read my book. I put my information in the back of it because my goal was to always help. At the heart and soul of who I am, I'm a teacher. And so I put my information in the back of the book so that just in case somebody may have had a question about whatever it was in the book, I can help them through it. And this lady called me and she said, "Can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Sure." She said, "What year did you get divorced?" Because mind you, I published a book in 2017, but I got divorced in 2004. And I told her, she says, "Why did it take you so long to get this information published?" Well, in my mind, I'm like, well, I never intended to write a book. My goal was never to really write a book. My goal was to just give some insight to those that were near me that I saw tiptoeing through elements of my past. I didn't want my goddaughters to walk through my mess. I didn't want friends of mine that I grew up with walking through my mess, because it seemed to me that in that year that I got divorced, everybody else was walking in chaos in their relationships as well. So I wrote a 4-page outline, because at the heart and soul of who I am, I shared with y'all already, I'm an electrical engineer by discipline, project manager by trade. Doing an analysis and being strategic is what I do. And so writing out outlines helps me form my thoughts and gives me insight on a path to move forward. So that's all I did. And when I finished with the outline, and I shared it because sometimes when you write stuff, you're writing because you believe everybody else will understand it as well. And when I put it out there for others to use, because I knew that what was written would work, because it already worked for me. And some of them told me they didn't quite understand, so tell them the story behind it. And by telling the stories behind the outline, the book was birthed. I wasn't trying to slow the progress of somebody else getting growth, but I also was not taking the time to see how my story would be beneficial, because I still had people in my life at that point telling me to dim down my brilliance, telling me that I was doing too much, telling me that what I believed I was doing as a help, there's somebody else that already does that, so your little book isn't needed. There's somebody else that says that, so your story shouldn't be told. And because I decided to listen to what they said, I did not operate in what I knew to be true. I did not say what I knew I should have said. I did not become who I knew I was supposed to be. And so today, if you don't remember anything else I say, here's one thing I want you to remember from this day forth. You were created in purpose, on purpose, for purpose. I've shared that with my children because I needed them to know, because I needed somebody to tell me. And today, if you need someone to tell you, well, here it is. Someone's waiting for you. They need you to step past yourself, step out of your fears, walk into your brilliance, and let your light be seen. If you're interested in having me continue on the journey with you, go to my website, TanyaEHood.com. Click on the Work With Me tab so that we can have a conversation and you can see all the various ways that I can support you. And if you're on Clubhouse, you can join me every Tuesday in the Red Alert Diaries room at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can continue this conversation, or we can just start a new one. This is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.